All right, I made it to San Francisco. Quick 30-hour surgical strike here in the off-season. Gonna eat some good food. This is actually a Czech restaurant, Paprika, behind me, but they're closed right now. I'm gonna go to Jumpstart Coffee, get the best breakfast sandwich in the city. While I'm on my way right now, we're gonna talk about Jordan Mason, 49ers running back, entering his second season. And you know, there's a cool stat that I just unearthed right now while I was in the process of making the State of the 49ers the running back edition of State of the 49ers, and that is yards after contact per carry. Jordan Mason averaged 4.2 yards after contact per carry. Now I get it, the sample size was small. Mason only had 42 carries this season, but it was still significant enough, especially if we're watching the tape or if we remember the highlights, to realize that Mason was an absolute bull in a china shop. Probably the biggest back that Shanahan has had with the team so far, 225 or so pounds. And he would just so happen that he would come into games late because he was a little bit lower on the depth chart, but he would come into games when defenses were already a little bit worn down. And Trent Williams joked that defenders would be making business decisions, taking creative angles so they wouldn't have to take Mason on head on. And that earned him the nickname of the closer or the finisher. For the record, I asked Jordan Mason after he sealed the NFC West title in the locker room, I asked him, does he like the closer or the finisher better? And he said, the finisher. Well, next season, the 49ers are set to return all but Tevin Coleman from their running back room. And Coleman obviously was on the practice squad this past season. So it's going to come back intact. I wrote the State of the 49ers running back edition piece today. You've got McCaffrey under contract for 3 more years. You hope that Elijah Mitchell stays more healthy next season. Beyond that, though, when you look at Ty Davis-Price, relatively unproven, and this other option, Jordan Mason, you see an opening for young running backs to take the next step. And I think Jordan Mason is a guy who's really going to have a golden opportunity this past season after establishing himself with that superb stat, 4.2 yards per contact after carry this past season. Derrick Henry at 3.6. After establishing himself this past season, Jordan Mason, I think, is going to have an opportunity to be more than just a closer in 2023. I think that workload can grow as he gains more experience in NFL and has obviously already gained some trust from the 49ers. All right, let's take a look at the breakfast sandwich from Jumpstart Coffee. There it is. It has been a while. Been too long. Best breakfast sandwich in San Francisco. Ask for the Lombardi Special.
White Box this afternoon or for tomorrow from Advisor